Welcome back to the 2025 debate here at the town of North Topsail Beach. We're going to continue with our candidates for alderman. And this question came from the audience, and we're going to start with Mark. Mr. Barefoot, in your opinion, can you explain why the town should pay for contracts with two beach engineers, with Chris and Fran, on beach issues, and why this isn't a duplication of efforts?
I have sat through many meetings with both of them. The duplication of efforts is a great question. Do I have an answer for that question? Not at this time. I'm not prepared to answer that question. That's something that I'm a straight shooter. I'm transparent. I'm not going to try and BS anybody. I'm well educated with the town, but I do not have an answer for that, and I will recuse myself because I'm not going to give you an answer that I would lead somebody astray. So, thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Struther, in your opinion, can you explain why the town should pay for contracts with both Chris and Fran on beach issues, and why this isn't a duplication of efforts?
I don't really have an answer for that either. I do understand that Fran was in place doing some work, and he was doing different kind of work than what Chris does. And when the contract was let to get Chris involved in our beach renourishment programs and what this, Fran was already in place. And I don't know what kind of contract, because I wasn't on the board. I don't know what kind of contract that they have with Fran, and when that contract ends, or if it ends, or what their plan was, because it surely is a good question to ask. I understand that Chris Gibson, TI Coastal, has a bigger organization, and he is already doing so much of the type work that we need in our renourishment program, and he can do so much more than what Fran can do on an individual basis, that I understand why Chris was brought on board in lieu of Fran doing all the other work, because he just doesn't have the staff to be able to do that kind of thing. I'm not saying he doesn't have the ability, because I don't really know that. But I don't know what kind of contract that Fran's got, and I don't know what the plan is or was in that regard. I don't know, based on what I see right now, I don't see why that they both would continue to be under contract. But I don't, that was before I was involved with the town, so I don't know what their plan was with that. But no, I don't see, based on what I hear, the report coming in every week, it may cost $1 more for Chris to give us some of the information that Fran gives us, but I think it could all be done with one engineer rather than two. But that's just my opinion.
All right, Mr. Malcolm. In your opinion, can you explain why the town should pay contracts with both Chris and Fran on beach issues, and why this isn't a duplication of efforts?
While I'm not familiar specifically with the contracts that are in place, much like Larry said, I think we've all stressed here tonight that the beach is the town is the beach. If there's a need to have two beach engineers, by all means, let's have two beach engineers. Two brains are better than one. In my community of Ocean City, at one of our community meetings, I was approached by another homeowner who said, I'm also a beach engineer, and I like Chris. But if you ever want to talk, let me know. So I feel like I've got another source out there as well. 3 heads are better than 2 or better than 1. I think if there's proof that it's not effective, it's not serving the town, then absolutely we should reconsider the contracts. But I think if there's enough value in having 2, or they're presenting different ideas that are helping us keep our beaches and helping us keep our beautiful community, then we should maybe consider both. I think in the long run, can't use that word, it's a heck of a lot cheaper than paying $150 an hour to an accounting firm. So I think if we can cut that hemorrhage of money, we can use it to pay for another beach engineer who's going to give more benefit to the beach, to our homeowners, to our residents and to our visitors. The beach is important. Again, if there isn't a need for it and it is absolutely duplication, yeah, I'll move to have that eliminated. But I would need to know more factors on what the guidelines are of each contract and what services different that they're actually providing us. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move into closing remarks, and we're going to start with Mr. Barefoot, and each of you will have 2 minutes for closing remarks. Mr. Barefoot.
Closing remarks, first and foremost, thank each and every one of you for coming out. Thank each and every one of you that comes to these meetings. This town is, it's my paradise. People tell me all the time, if this isn't paradise, you can see paradise from here. I would love to serve you. I am a write-in candidate, so there's no box to check. I'm not running for me. I'm running for the town. I'm running for you as an option that I wish more people would have run. Luckily, life has given me this opportunity to serve on the board for the full term. Like many citizens, we get upset when somebody takes the position and then 6 months later they're gone. The reason I haven't run in the past is because it takes time, energy, and effort. One of my biggest questions was, how many hours do you put in normally as an alderman? And I've heard very different answers. I'm one of those guys that when I take on something, I commit fully and sometimes put too much of my heart into it. And with that being said, anytime anybody wants to come talk to me, feel free. I'm an open book. I'm transparent. I do not lie. And I love this town. So thank you very much. Please write me in.
Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Struther, closing remarks, and you'll have 2 minutes.
Thank you. I know I talk a lot, but I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman, and I've over the years, I've had people ask me, why don't you run for politics? And I said, no, I may run for the county line, but I'm not running for politics. And I'm still not a politician. But for the last 3.5 years, I've been here dealing with the Beach Inlet Sound Advisory Committee, and I'm also the vice chair of the Topsail Island Shoreline Protection Commission, which is the 3 towns for the whole island. And that causes me to have to come before the board right much to make reports and to be involved. I feel like that I can make a difference. I don't need this, but I want to spend the time doing this. I think that I've got the time to do it. I think I've got the background to do it, and I think I've got the mental attitude to do it. So I think that there's a lot of things that this town has had growing pains, and it's reaching a point to where there's a lot of things that need to be done. There's a lot of things that are going to happen, and there's the people are wanting a lot of things done. Some of them's going to happen, some of them's not. Some of them should happen, some of them shouldn't. But there needs to be level heads on the Board of Aldermen to be able to deal with those issues. You have to put your personal likes and dislikes to the side and decide what's best for the people. And if you decide to elect me, I promise you that I will spend as much time as necessary in trying to get things done, and I will work for this town. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Malcolm, this is your opportunity for closing remarks, and you'll have 2 minutes.
Again, like everybody else has said here tonight, thank you. Thank you for showing up. You're showing dedication to this town and this process, just like we all are by being here tonight. As we look forward to the future of North Topsail Beach, I believe we have an incredible opportunity here. Our town is special. And it's not just because of our beautiful shoreline, it's because of people who care about it and people who call it home. What I've heard again and again from residents, homeowners, and visitors is that we want a town that's safe, that's resilient, that's welcoming. They want thoughtful leadership that protects the environment, supports the economy, and represents the character of our community. They want their voices to matter. That's why you're here. Whether you live here full-time, part-time, or simply invest in the well-being of this town, that's what we need. That's the kind of leadership that I will bring as an alderman. One that listens, seeks common ground, and makes decisions with long-term health of our community in mind. My focus will always be on solutions, not divisions, on working together, not against one another. I'm hopeful for the future of North Topsail Beach. With collaboration, planning, and care, we can protect and make this place very special while ensuring it thrives for generations to come. So tonight, I don't ask for just your vote, I ask for your partnership. Let's move forward together to build a safe, strong, and vibrant community that we want North Topsail to be. And also, go to kipmalcolm.com, engage with me, see my positions, and reach out to me. I'll come to homeowners associations as well. I'll speak to groups. I'll come to your home. I've got an event coming up in a couple weeks. It's on my calendar as well. But also, I hope everybody can come on Tuesday for the candidate event. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to thank the candidates for being here this evening, both for alderman and for mayor. And I'm going to bring this debate to conclusion. I want to remind everybody that there is a Greater Topsail Chamber of Commerce event on the 7th at 6:30 p.m. That will be a candidate forum. So if you didn't get all your questions answered or you need to come back and see the candidates again, please come back for that. The Onslow County Board of Elections has an extensive list of times that you can do early voting on their website, and you can go up to the elections office and vote early. And please remember that Election Day is November 4th. And if you can also let your other permanent residents, neighbors know that we have an election coming up, because people seem to have not realized we're in an election year. So thank you, everyone. It's been my honor and privilege to serve tonight as facilitator of the 2025 North Topsail Beach
Thank you.
debate.
Thank you.